Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, the 27th. One more day till leap year, or today like the leap day or something along those lines. 28th. Okay, so whatever. 28th. Tomorrow's the leap day. 29th is the leap day. I don't know what I'm talking about. Today's MRI day. We're actually heading over there. My Uber driver's over here. She's currently pumping for this little one down here. But I'm hoping today for really good news. I'm hoping that they can tell me that I can stop doing chemo, like I don't have to do anymore. Or next month will be my last, because it'll been a year, so I've gone through the whole cycle. I'm really hoping that's the situation, because that would be amazing news beyond everything.
Regardless, we're going in there with a positive mindset.
Yeah. We're just gonna MRI. So just got done with the MRI. Now we're heading over. Everything is delayed. Now we're kind of rushing over to the checkup over at Moffitt, which is like a good 45 minutes, but there's traffic.
And the funny thing is they're not in the same spot, so it's like that's what makes it
an hour away from each other. And now I'm trying to rush to get the vlog done in time too. So that's what sucks amongst everything else about these days, is that everything just becomes way too stressful.
We have to bring Remy with us, and Remy, I had her down for a nap, and she woke up, and then she wanted to be held, and she wanted to be fed, and I was trying to do the vlog, and it didn't work out, so here we are now. In true CTFxC Trails Trippy Allie West Trippy fashion, we are editing in the car and getting it up as soon as possible.
Where's Remy? Where's Remy? Where's Remy? 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 Yeah, I know they can't. Where's the doctor? Obviously, we are waiting for the doctor to come in and hopefully have amazing news. Right, Rem? Have we kissed? No. I would give it that. First when the camera comes out.
I know.
No, don't touch that. I'm going to touch this. I'm going to touch that. We were actually talking. I was talking to Caitlin, because Delaney is already in the grabbing stage as well. But she goes in the grocery store and sits in the seat. So my guess is, I'm trying to put a guess in. What's the first thing she's going to end up stealing?
No, this is a terrible thing
By
to
accident.
say.
But what is the first thing she's going to end up putting in a grocery cart? Maybe not stealing. Okay,
I feel like it's going to be something like a bag that's hung on something.
Yeah, I think
you
it's
know
gonna
what I
be
mean.
one of those too. That or piece of candy somehow. So I shouldn't say stole. Something that you threw on the cart that we're like
Accidentally.
We did not buy that. You go back and you go pay for that. You're eating my lens cap. So actually, internet, what do you think is gonna be the first thing that this little one's gonna be a klepto on?
It's such a funny eater. Watch this. Watch this.
I know. I can see it. She just made herself a beard now. Rem.
Right. Avocado.
Going from hating avocado to loving it. So obviously today didn't film too much, well, like the whole day. I'll be completely, who's coming up? Diesel's coming up to hang out? To be completely honest, I kind of had to gather my thoughts a little bit because I kind of got, well, I did get some pretty disappointing news today from the doctor. I don't want to make it sound all dramatic or anything like that. But I was hoping that this MRI checkup was going to be the one where, because I'm supposed to be off of chemo, well, next dose would be the last dose of the 12-month cycle. They said that I'm going to finish off this 12 months, but they said that coming after, this sucks. I mean, this really honestly sucks so bad, because I was genuinely so stoked on like not having to do this anymore. What they said is that because the scar tissue is always going to be a factor in everything. So there's always these little slight things that are always different, because I know today, I remember for sure, I kind of like moved a little bit in the MRI machine, which might seem a little bit minuscule, but it actually makes a tremendous amount of a difference. So I'm like looking at the paperwork. You guys probably wouldn't know what any of this means. I have a hard time figuring out what any of this means. But one's from 2017 and one's from 2020. A good 3 years difference. And there's like, I don't want to say there's a slight change or anything, because they don't know what's going on. They just think it might be scar tissue. So what they want to do is, this is why it's disappointing. This is why I just said screw it and vlogging. I didn't even know if I wanted to vlog today, but I felt like it would help me a little bit, process things a little bit, because that's what I was doing all day today. They're going to keep me on the chemo until this next round, and then from there I'm going to go back into before the next slew of shows and have another MRI. But this time they're going to have me, I can't remember what it's called. It was a different type that only specific places actually do. So I have to schedule that. I don't even know when I'm actually going to be able to schedule it, just because what I'm going to do, what I did was I got all this paperwork from the last 3 or 4 years, actually I think even longer, and put it all on like on a CD, or actually they put it on a CD, and I sent it off to my first surgeon, and I also sent it off to my second surgeon, the one that got like 99.9% or something like that, 99% of it out of my head, the one that did the awake surgery that I filmed obviously a long time ago. My doctor now, he said the reason why he wants me to continue doing is, like he said, he doesn't think it's anything necessarily to be worried about, but it's something that makes him unnerved or uncomfortable. Like that's first off, that's never something you want to hear from a doctor. So immediately I was like, wait, what? I chose to get these CDs made up and sent over to the doctors of the last 3 or 4 years, just to see, because I was reading the report and it says something about like something changing or minute, like something with the image, blah, blah, blah. Giant pieces of paper that like jargon, a lot of big words that just confuses me a little bit, I guess. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I honestly had a really bad day today, and it was hard to shake. Allie asked me if I wanted to film this, if I even wanted to talk about it, and I honestly did not want to, but at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? Sometimes it helps me just to ramble on the camera, because sometimes when I do that, it kind of resonates with some other people that might be going through similar situations. Flash, that's why I always documented and was completely an open book, and in interviews and everything else about my noggin. I don't know, I got some really disappointed news today, and you know when you get your hopes up, you're like, oh, this is gonna be, I feel great, I feel awesome, feel confident, everything's going my way, and then all of a sudden everything just shatters. That's kind of like how today was, like, because when he started talking, I was just like, immediately, I kind of like glazed over. I was like, wait, this is like sideswiping me a little bit. So Allie took in and started stepping in, I should say, and asking all the questions. I don't know. I just really am bummed, and I don't know. It sucks so much. I have to stay confident. I have to stay positive, because that's the key to everything. Like this is just another, what is it? Roadblock. This is just a roadblock, another roadblock that I have to get around. I take another detour. It sucks. Despite getting really disappointing news and very sad, annoying news, I don't want to say scary news, but slightly scary news, start letting one thing in, like a negative thought or an upsetting thought, you just basically opened the door. And that's what I'm trying not to do, but whatever, it's what it is, right? And the only thing I can do now is just stay positive, take this last dose, and then hopefully after that, you know, we come to a situation to where, or we all kind of come to a situation to where things progress in a positive way. It's hard to grasp, and it's still hard even 8 years later, that trying to feel normal, because like every day in my life, I think there's not a day in my life for the past 8 years where I don't think about it. I don't think about seizures. Like they're always in the back of my head. Like, am I going to have a seizure today? Am I going to something like, I just want this to be back to normal. I just want this to be in my past. I'm going to go help Allie finish feeding Remy. That'll make me actually feel a little bit better because she's such a goofball. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for letting me rant, because I probably didn't even edit half of this stuff. And yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Bye.